Hello, it's Matty coming at you with another Planet Coaster episode. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the video and welcome to my top 10 parks of 2021. I can't believe that I'm at this point. I never even intended on doing park spotlights. I don't even know how it started, if I'm honest, but here we are 8 months down the line, 80 spotlights later, and clever Matty here decided to do a top 5 parks of the year video. I'm not sure why I thought that was a good idea, and it proved almost impossible. So I decided to expand it into a top 10 parks of the year. Now, after 80 spotlights, that was still a really difficult task, and I've spent days and days working through my top 10, even to the point where just before starting recording this video I was still swapping and changing some of them around. Now, bearing in mind this is my top 10 and these parks are just how they made me feel. Other people may disagree, which is absolutely fine. I'm sure that people will have their own personal favourite parks, but for these 10 parks, these were just how they made me feel, and these are my top 10. All 80 parks that I've spotlighted were absolutely incredible, and all of them deserve to be here. But without further ado, shall I stop waffling and shall we get into this top 10? Let's do it, shall we? So, at number 10 we have Family World, created by Rhythmo Clubber. Now, this was a little gem of a park, this one. I was blown away when I spotlighted this. It made me feel so nostalgic for Jurassic Park. Really made me feel like a kid again. I got way too excited when I spotlighted this. I was like a little kid on Christmas morning. I was so hyper. I really was. The rides were just absolutely fantastic. This raptor cage in particular that goes into the actual raptor pen, just absolutely superb. I loved this park and 100% worthy of a top 10 parks of the year. So well done, Rhythmo Clubber. Really well done. So at number 9 we have WILDHORN Park, created by Deep PHS. So this is a mini park that I spotlighted about a month ago, and this has actually become my most viewed video ever on the channel. As of time of recording, it's just hit 1.9k views, which is insane. But this park was mind-blowingly good. It was just so detailed and a really low percentage count as well. And what Deep PHS has done since I spotlighted this park as well is he's actually gone back and just adjusted a couple of little quick things as well. So near the entrance he's put more foliage there and everything. This park was just incredible. The rides were fantastic, the detailing, the architecture was one that really stood out to me in this park. So again, Deep PHS, really well done, amazing park. Can't wait to see what you create next. Coming in at number 8 we have Hollow Peaks, a collab park created by Tommy P and TJ Puffs 92. And wow, was this a big park. It was such a big park, it took 2 spotlights and 2 hours to spotlight the entire park. It was that big. It was absolutely massive. Probably the biggest park currently on console, I would say. And the detailing in this park was absolutely sensational. The rides were really good. You had the 2 differing sides of the park, both very differently themed. You had almost a haunted area on the left side, and then you had this Aztec theme on the opposite side. Just absolutely superb. It was so detailed, so much fun to walk around. Top work, both Tommy and TJ. Great work, both of you. Well done. So at number 7 we have Luna Park, created by Nathan2428. Now, this is a park that me and Tommy CM joint spotlighted for the channel, and I'm going to be honest, this park was very almost in my top 3. Now, the reason that I have not put it in the top 3, and it may be slightly unfair, is because the park is still unfinished. He is awaiting a PS5, so there are areas of the park that is unfinished. But this park, it made me feel like I was back at Nottingham Goose Fair or an actual travelling fun fair. I have never seen anything like this created on Planet Coaster before. The walkthrough experience game show was so much fun. I walked through that and I had the absolute time of my life. I loved it. Just the detailing that you had gone into with all the backstage lorries and the wiring, the electric cables, all the games, just everything in this park was just absolutely fantastic. It was so much fun to walk around, and if this park was finished, it would have most likely been in my top 3. So well done, Nathan. So coming in at number 6, we have Insomniac's Sumar Beach, created by Insomniac YouTube. Insomniac is a big YouTuber, so I'll make sure to leave his link down below. But for the sake of this top 10, I did only want to choose one park by each creator. And with Insomniac, it was very difficult to choose between Sumar Beach or his new park, which is a Marina Bay. But I eventually settled on Sumar Beach. Now, like the fun fair that we've just been to, Sumar Beach is one of a kind. Again, I've never seen anything like it on the console to have created this beach resort. It really made me feel like, again, being a kid, being at Blackpool with my mum and dad. Really made me feel young and nostalgic again, and just an absolutely sensational park. Absolutely loved this one. Some great detailing, some really good coasters, amazing lighting, fantastic job Insomniac. Absolutely loved this park. A lot of people will be familiar with Insomniac with the arcades that he builds, that he's placed in this park. Yeah, fantastic work. Really well done, Insomniac. So here we are, we've made it to the top 5. So at number 5 we have Frontier of Pandora, created by Silverpunker. Now, a lot of people may be surprised to see this as low down as it is. Not gonna lie, even though I'm making the list, it surprised me as well. And I'm actually sat here debating my choices. But I've made my decision. I'm going to stick to it, and whilst this may be an unpopular opinion, this part being so low down, bear with me, let me explain. Now, this park is absolutely beautiful. It blew me away. It actually made me feel emotional as I spotlighted this park, just because of the sheer beauty of this park. While spotlighting it, I stated that this may potentially be the greatest thing I have ever seen created on console, and I do stick to that. I do stick to that opinion, that it is possibly one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Now, the reason that I have put it further down my list is I had to do my list based on everything as a whole, and that means not only the foliage, the lighting, the terraforming, everything, but the rides as well. And unfortunately, the rides did pull this one down a little bit for me. The rides weren't quite up there with the level of some of the parks that we've got upcoming as well. So that would be the reason that this is number 5. So maybe unpopular opinion, but an amazing park. Well done, Silverpunker. I loved it. So, coming in at number 4, we have Fancy Falls, created by Clairy. Now, this is getting so difficult now. This is so hard to pick a top 5. Frontiers of Pandora, this park, they were both number 1 at one point the last couple of days. All of my top 5 have been number 1 at some point. It is just so difficult. They are all such good parks. And this park by Claire sat at number 1 for quite a while. Honestly, they're just all such a good standard. And this park that Claire has created is just sensational. When I spotlighted this park, like the past top 10, like I've already been saying in this video, it just made me feel like a kid again. It made me smile as I went around this park. It just filled me with joy. And around the Hook area, it made me want to go and watch Hook, which is what I've done. I've gone back and sat there, and whilst I was watching it, I was thinking about this park and what Claire has created here. It's just amazing. Her terrain forming, her lighting, the characters that she has created, and the world that she has built here is just absolutely insane. It's amazing work, Claire. Absolutely sensational. This was worthy of a top position. Frontier of Pandora was worthy of a top position. Just incredible. So, what does that mean we have for our top 3 then? Let's see, shall we? And we've made it into our top 3. So in 3rd position is Planco Frontierland, created by NH99 SVW. Now, doing the spotlights, I believe this was probably the first park that I spotlighted that really, well and truly, took my breath away. Now, NH99 has created 5 different parks, and choosing one of the 5 was really difficult, but it had to be Planco Frontierland. I couldn't believe that this was created not only on console, but on a PlayStation 4 console as well. This felt like I was looking at a top-end PC build. The interiors that he has designed in this park are sensational. Just everything about this park worked. If you're going to do a Western park, this is the true benchmark. Just everything worked. It was absolutely incredible. And then the actual mine train itself was truly one of the best coaster rides I have been on in the game. Absolutely top work. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Had an absolute blast whilst doing it. I did have a couple of technical issues and the console kept deciding to crash on me whilst I was looking at it, but we overcome their issues. We got there in the end, and it was worth the effort trying to get this filmed. It really was. One absolutely incredible build. Again, this part could have quite easily been number 1. So well done, NH99. Amazing work. Good job. So, coming in at number 2, we have Ride the Movies Horror, created by Magic Mike 69. Now, I have spotlighted 5 Ride the Movies parks, and trying to pick my favourite, again, was really difficult, but it came down to Ride the Movies Horror and Ride the Movies Bond. But when I spotlighted Horror, I feel that it really did invest me more with knowing a lot of the films. I absolutely loved this park. At the time, I said that I thought this might be one of the scariest things ever created on Planet Coaster. I stand by that. It was absolutely terrifying. Anybody that watched the spotlight with me can probably testify to Chrissy, who joined me for that spotlight. Absolutely terrified all the way through. She jumped numerous times, was absolutely hilarious. So, great job, Mike. I love this park. Now, Mike has been begging me for a couple of months to do some of my impressions. So, Mike, because you keep asking, here you go. Okay, you ready? So, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Get over here! Dobby.
Harry Potter, such an honour it is.
That one does my breath. Right, Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Stupid fat hobbitses! They stole it! My precious!
And what else did you ask me to do? Oh, Batman. I'm Batman. And I can't think there was any others. I think those are the ones you asked me for. So there you go, Mike. I hope you're happy with the impressions. My voice is now killing me, so thank you ever so much for that. But getting back to this park, loved it. Loved everything about it. Absolutely incredible work. Once again, this park could have quite easily taken the #1 position. So we've got one park left at #1. What do you think it is? Let's have a look, shall we? Just before we get in to the first place though, a huge thank you to everybody on this list for allowing me to spotlight your park this year, and a huge special thank you to Tommy P, Tommy CM, Michael from M&J Games, Becky Richer, Chrissy P, all who joined me this year for spotlights, and a massive thank you to all of you as well for the support and watching this channel as the year has gone on. And I know that we're living in difficult times right now, but just remember that no matter how dark it may seem, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. You're an amazing person, and there are people who love and care for you, even people you may not always realise. To someone, you are their absolute everything. No matter who you are or where you are, always remember to do something that makes you laugh and smile. Whether that be watching YouTube, playing games, or even just soaking in the bath, you deserve them moments to yourself. Make sure you have a lovely Christmas and New Year's, everyone, and I hope wherever you are and whoever you're with, you spend it and make many happy memories. So thank you ever so much. Love you all. You are all absolutely amazing. Couldn't do this without the support of each and every one of you. But let's find out what's #1, shall we? So, coming in at first place, we have Simpsons Tropical Park, created by HOBOBILLIE. Now, this park was in the top 3 pretty much from the second I decided to do this video. This park, when me and Chrissy spotlighted it, just blew both of our minds. And looking back on it, the way it made me feel, it was just magical. It was incredible. Now, this is coming from a non-Simpsons fan. I'm not a huge fan of The Simpsons at all. Yet, despite that, the joy and the sheer pleasure this park brought me while spotlighting it was like no other park I have ever spotlighted on the channel. It just made me smile all the way through. It made me laugh multiple times throughout the spotlight. What HOBOBILLIE has created here is nothing short of incredible. Everything in this park is custom made, with the exception of I think maybe one pirate ship that he's put in. Every other thing in this park is custom made. Every single Simpsons character he has handmade himself. And that level of attention to detail cannot be understated. This park is just an absolute joy to behold and a joy to walk around. Everywhere you look there is detail. The lighting at night is just incredible. As with Frontiers of Pandora and with Fantasy Falls, which also had amazing lighting, this as well just has the most incredible lighting in the game. It's just superb. I honestly couldn't believe what I was looking at when I spotlighted this park. It was just so good. And HOBOBILLIE, I think this is a worthy park to have a #1 for my top 10 parks of the year. What a year it's been. It's just been amazing. It's been an absolute privilege and a pleasure to spotlight these parks for all of you. I am so excited to move into 2022 to carry on spotlighting your amazing creations. This game has got a long lifespan. Hopefully we will be here next year counting down parks for the top 10 parks of 2022. Now, I've already seen some parks that I am going to be spotlighting upcoming, and boy oh boy, there is going to be some stiff competition next year. I've already seen something that if it had been released this year would have probably been in the top 3, if not even a potential winner. So stay tuned to the channel for more parks next year. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've had an absolute blast making this. Let me know down in the comments below what was your top 3 parks of the year. I'd be interested to know what all of your guys' thoughts are. But happy Christmas everybody. Have an absolutely amazing holiday period. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and I will see you next year for more Planet Coaster content. Goodbye everybody.